everybody. I should say happy first birthday, right? Yay! Is everyone excited? Is everybody feeling older today? Are we feeling 1 year older? Confetti! Hello. Well, I'm going to tell you why I was late this morning. I always have an excuse, right? I'm going to tell you, and you guys are going to be like, that's a really good reason to be late. Yeah, does this mean I have to be a year older too? I don't know. Maybe I'll let you off the hook this time. All right. So welcome everybody to Coffee Chat, Tuesday morning coffee chat, where we talk about all things Niknax. So we are currently streaming to Facebook or YouTube, but what we are talking about is my e-commerce marketplace, Niknax.net, where we have 3,700 plus sellers, over 32,000 members, and over 90,000 listings. So it's a happening place. And today we are celebrating our 1 year anniversary, our first birthday. It's kind of a big deal. All right, let me look over here on Facebook. Oh, we got to take care of YouTube first. You can't let me forget YouTube. Otherwise, it's going to happen all at once and we're going to be in trouble. Hey, Crystal, thank you for the raid. I hope you had a good dollar starts sale. The dollar starts. Okay, so today our idea was for dollar starts. So it's not a train, but we were encouraging a lot of our sellers to do $1 starts. So throughout the day, you'll see lots of sales that have thumbnails promoting dollar starts. I'm working on it. I got it down here. I'm clicking while I'm talking. So you can scroll through the live sales that are planned today. There's other live sales happening, so you can check those out too. But we are doing dollar starts today. So check out some of the dollar start sales. Mary kicked us off this morning, Meriwether Market, at 8 a.m. I was like, whoa. Mary's on early. I was barely getting my first cup of coffee. I just dropped the kids off at school and I saw Mary was live. So Mary kicked us off. What? I saw that cake appear and I was like, what is happening? Who is responsible for this? Tap the cake? Should I film tapping the cake? Are we going to tap the cake together? All right, let's tap the cake. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to turn you guys around. We're going to click on. Okay, well, let's tap the cake together, shall we? All right, we're going to do it. Here we go. Oops. All right, let's tap the cake. What happens when I tap the cake? What? Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I love it so much. That's the sweetest. Look over here. We got confettis. That's the best. It's a party. That's amazing. Thank you, district team, for doing that for us. That is wonderful. I appreciate that so much. You guys are going to make me all emotional. I'm going to try not to get emotional today. I love that so much. Thank you. Well, what a way to kick off the coffee chat. That was very special. Thank you. I know. My baby just turned 1. My last and final baby. Oh. All right. Well, and another thing, another thing. By the way, I did get YouTube switched over. We have another thing today to celebrate turning 1. You guys have been asking for a while for new merch. So it's kind of a simple thing, but I did get my nails done. And we finally have it. So let me show you real quick what we did. And let me turn you around. And just for the record, if you go over to Mainly Made, I'm going to show you where we got the new merch from, okay? Because we have an artist over in Mainly Made who designed it for us. And I have been obsessed with her art since she joined, since I approved her. And I was like, who is this? What is she creating? All right, let me turn you guys around. So she is a seller on Mainly Made, Vanna Grace. And here is some of her art. I think I've shown it before, but I just love it so much. I'm actually going to purchase a large print to put into the Airbnb. But she's got like $4 on this print, and it's a cat pulling down the tablecloth with all the glass on it. It says, hang in there. It's so fun. So I reached out to her and asked if she would design for us some new merch for Niknax. So if you go over here, boop, let me show you where you can find it. And then you go down to Niknax merch and stickers. It's in the chat channels. And then we click here. Ta-da! Can you guys see it? Niknax turns 1. Isn't it the cutest? Yeah, let's see if I can scroll in. Oh, there it goes. So she's like, what do you have in mind for this design? And I was like, well, I'm like, think vintage first year birthday card, only with a raccoon. She's like, okay, got it. And there we go. It's beautiful. Now, I will say that I made a mistake, and I gave her like something at the bottom, and my grammar was off, and so that was my fault, and I couldn't get back to her and back and forth. And she turned this around in 3 days, guys. 3 days she turned. I'm like, if you can't get it to me in time, that's totally cool. But she turned it around in 3 days. And of course, I'm giving her like something with wrong grammar. So I put this down here. She had this really cute writing, and I put this down here, and I'm like, oh man. But this is all her work. She is absolutely amazing. But she had the really cutest writing, and I kind of blew it with that. But here she is. Let me show you. I know the mushrooms and everything is amazing. Okay, so if you search here, it's Vanna. And if you guys want to support her and show her some love, Vanna Grace. And here she is. And she has all of her artwork here. So she even sells her own shirts. So overly caffeinated artist. Really cute stuff. So I would encourage you guys to go and support her. Support all of our artists on Mainly Made. All right. It's a great place to be. Freezing and choppy. Oh, it might have been because I had you guys all turned around and like pointing at the computer. Okay. Well, let's get started on our notes because we're getting down to the wire and we've got lots to talk about today. She did a wonderful job. Is she in here? Is she in here? Oh, there she is. Oh, hey. Yes, it is amazing. Yes, I knew everybody would love it. Like I loved your work from the moment I saw it. When I saw you in my applications, and I was like, oh, who is this? And of course, I was like instantly creeping all over your Instagram. So I'm so happy that you were able to do this for us and turn it over so quickly. Is just amazing. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't wait to order mine and start sporting it on the coffee chats and in my sales. All right. Well, let us get started, shall we? Okay. Oh, there's Christina. I've got lots of notes today. Ooh, I do have lots of notes. All right, let's get started. Yeah, her first thing on the notes is click the cake, which we did. We clicked the cake. So now we got to see the celebration. All right, so Niknax is currently at 31,994 members. We are 6 away. 6 away from 32,000. That's very exciting. We need like 6 more. So if you guys want to tell your friends about Niknax, we could get there in a matter of 6 new members. So welcome to all of our new members. Welcome to Niknax. I'm not sure if you joined over our wonderful tour of Italy this weekend, but we welcome you to Niknax and to our community. It's a great place to be, wonderful group of people, and hopefully you love it here as much as we do. That is, since last week, that's 355 new members. I have added no new sellers. I'm slacking on new sellers, but that's okay because we're slowly growing. And it's a good thing. It's a good thing, to pace ourselves. But I will work on that this week. Obviously it's Thanksgiving, so I'm going to have a little downtime. So we will be reviewing some applications. I had a lot come in this weekend over the tour of Italy. Normally when we have big events like that, I do see an influx in the applications. So I'm kind of excited about that. All right, 93,400 listings. You put in another application. Okay, yeah. When you put in another application, it kind of bounces you to the front. But if you're putting in applications, please make sure that you're including as much information as possible. I have a lot of applications coming in that don't have a whole lot of information, and that's harder to approve. That you do get approved, but it takes a little bit longer when I don't have a lot of information. Over on Mainly Made, we have 2,058 members. That's 27 new members since last Tuesday, 400 sellers, and even 400, and 2,800 listings, 100 more since last week. Pretty great. And I see you guys purchasing from the Buy It Now. I appreciate that. The items in my Buy It Now actually belong to members of the community, a lot of our Buy It Now sellers, and so I appreciate you supporting them. They have some wonderful items, and if you're out on the homepage, make sure you're checking out the November top picks, because I did add some new some new pieces today. So go and check it out. I have been adding periodically to November top picks. Okay. Yeah, support our artists on Mainly Made. You saw some of Vanna's work, and there are some amazingly talented artists over on Mainly Made. It is our sister marketplace, and you won't be disappointed if you go over there and start scrolling. Lots of Christmas ideas, holiday gifts. In addition to here on Niknax, you can do your holiday shopping here. Support some of our small businesses, because we are made up of a bunch of small businesses, and I know that our sellers appreciate it. So today is the launch of our anniversary. As I mentioned, we have a lot of sellers who are doing $1 starts. So if you are a member here, if you're a buyer, be popping in, checking it out. You could have a good deal, on some of those dollar starts. I have a sale today. Who else had a sale? There are a ton. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who else had. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. But there are a ton. I was actually scrolling through just this morning at who all had dollar starts today. If you have a dollar start sale today, throw it up in the chat. If you have a low start sale today, throw it. If you have a sale today, just throw it up in the chat. Let's see who all is celebrating our anniversary. Who all in the Buy It Now is maybe running a sale, running some sort of reduction in prices. We actually have a tab in the chat channel for the anniversary celebration. So if you guys want to post in there, I'm over on Mainly Made. I'm looking, I'm like, where are the chat channels at? I'm on the wrong marketplace. That's why I'm not seeing them. Gosh, I feel like I have. Laurel has this really fluffy blanket, and I was snuggling with her this morning, and I feel like I inhaled the whole blanket this morning while I was snuggling, and my nose is itching like crazy. That's probably TMI, but I'm over here all right, let me see. Yeah, it is anniversary. Where is it? Why am I not seeing it? We have so many chat channels. Niknax 1-year anniversary. There we go. Everyone can view the channel. Members can send messages. So if you are a Buy It Now seller, if you are a live seller, feel free to post some of the stuff you have going on in celebration of our 1-year anniversary there in the chat. Don't forget that we now have the ability to DM direct listings. So, if you post something in there and you're a member and you see something you like, you can chime in like, hey, I really like that. And then as a seller, you can actually reach out and be like, oh, great, I'll send you, if you're interested. And you can kind of go back and forth. And then, you can maybe like, oh, I'll give you a deal on that. And you can, send direct invoicing or whatever it's called now. So pretty cool. Let me get back to my notes. I'm getting off topic. You can tell today's an exciting day because I'm all over the place. New merch. I want to encourage you guys also in that chat channel to share your memories, your favorite moments of the last year. That's what today is all about. The tour of Italy was amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's talk about how many micro mosaics passed through the marketplace this weekend. I wish we could count. I wish we had a count. You're calling me. I wish we had a count. Yeah, I think you're right. I think like 7 billion, yeah, something around that. It was amazing, but it was so cool to see that each micro mosaic was unique, and it was just it blew my mind that each one had its own style, its own detail. It was incredible. It was incredible. I loved seeing it. But it was an amazing event. It was an amazing event. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Both our sellers, our buyers, our members. It was pretty awesome. It was pretty awesome. We have some new updates to our guidelines. I hate to pull up the guidelines and go through them because it always takes a minute, but let me go. While I pull those up, I'm going to continue on the notes. Make sure your app is updated. That's really important. We have a lot of people that are reporting oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Usually when there's a glitch, it comes down to not being updated. So make sure you are updated because that is the number one reason for having glitches is not being updated. If you are annoyed by the sounds, you can turn them off by clicking the 3 dots. Another thing you can do by clicking the 3 dots is I'm not updated. Another thing you should be able to do if you're updated by clicking the 3 dots is refresh your live sale. Can anybody see that by clicking your 3 dots? I was told that was an update this morning. I may be jumping the gun by telling you that. Well, it's coming. I think that's maybe. Okay, you can see it. All right. So, surprise. Oh, it only shows, well, I am live. I'm live right now. Yeah, I don't see the options, but it's because obviously I didn't update. So when you are live and you need to refresh, instead of going out and coming back in like we've had to do in the past, you can now click the 3 dots. You can refresh your sale. It will stop you from casting though. So if you are casting to other sources, you will no longer be casting. All right. So that's important to note. So that's also how you turn off your sounds. If you are if you're just in there browsing and you want to turn off your sounds, you have to go out and you have to come back in to turn off your sounds. So you can't just turn them off and expect them to go away. I've noticed that a lot of times you have to go out and come back in to turn off your sounds. So there is that. Black Friday is happening. Our Black Friday we have so many celebrations this week. Today is obviously our anniversary. Friday is our Black Friday celebration, and District has waived their fees. I've waived my fees. So marketplace fees are 0% on Black Friday. You are still being charged processing fees because Stripe wasn't there. They weren't willing to waive their fees. If you want to file a complaint with them, you're absolutely more than welcome to do that. But they're still going to be charging 3%, 2 to 3% processing fees. So that's happening on Friday. Now, it's happening in Pacific time. So that's important to note. It's happening Friday in the Pacific time zone. So if you're planning sales on Black Friday, keep in mind that the no fees are happening in Pacific time. So the no fees are like, you're gonna have to do the conversions there. Yeah, because they're living in the past. Thank you, Christina. So that is happening on Black Friday. I'm pretty excited for that. I know a lot of sellers are excited for that. And that applies to both live sellers and buy it now sellers. It's not just our live sellers. It's across the board. If you make a sale on Black Friday, you are not paying marketplace fees. Okay. In between that window of Pacific time. Okay. Let's talk about, there's the guidelines. I'm like, I saw that coming up again. All right. So let's talk about the guidelines real quick. I know I highlighted the updated guideline. That's not it. I highlighted the updated guideline because I knew I wanted to go straight through it when I open this up. It's not live sale, it's marketplace guidelines. Niknax guidelines. Here we go. Okay. So in the past, we have talked about, if you are in a train and, okay, so let me start over. If there's a train happening and they're selling all cats, it's in bad taste to then have another sale simultaneously selling all cats. We've talked about this. And we've always said that it's not a guideline. It's not like an official thing, but it is strongly discouraged. We've said it's tacky. Don't do it. But we recently put it in our guidelines that we shouldn't be doing that. I know a lot of our train conductors were like, we need this. So let me just clarify. That doesn't mean Jenny Key does the glass train the first weekend of the month. She's, it's a glass train. Obviously, you can sell glass in your sale. It's not like you can't sell glass. It's a very broad. It's glass, it's broad. So it's not like that. It's like if it's a very specific thing. Jewelry. Yes. Crystal, every time. It's not jewelry. It's not jewelry. Now if for instance, let's say, it is a train that is like a specific kind, so say it's a Jelly Belly jewelry train and everybody is selling those little Jelly Belly jewelry figural things. And then somebody goes on and they're like, I'm also selling Jelly Belly jewelries. That to me would be a violation. Because they're then selling. But if it's just a generalized jewelry sale, I don't see that as a problem. But if it's if it's a specific thing like that, I might. So just be mindful. I think that's what it is. Just be mindful and be courteous to other members of the community. It's kind of gray, and I really just want you guys to use your best judgment. That's really what it comes down to. Use your best judgment, please. Just use your best judgment. This is what the guideline says. Just so you are all aware. It says no engaging in behavior or speech with the intent to negatively impact a simultaneous train or sponsored event. So that's the guideline. All right. So behavior or speech with the intent to negatively impact a simultaneous train or event. So if you are doing either of those things, no derailing the train, basically. So this would also include being on a train and saying, hey, I'm having a sale I'm on a train, but saying I have a sale in an hour that's happening during the train, and I want you guys to come and check it out. So essentially that would fall under this as well. So this is kind of just to encompass those instances. But we were having a few issues. So we just wanted to put something in there officially, to kind of deter that, to say, oh, we have a guideline there. So that'll also fall under that. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we've added that. And then there's another, so when I wrote these, I realized that somehow because before we had live selling guidelines was one document, and then we had a selling a seller guidelines. So there was live selling guidelines, there was seller guidelines, there was marketplace guidelines, and they were all separate documents. And what I did was I combined them all into one document, which is this document here that we have posted in our guidelines. And I realized that somehow in combining all of those documents, one thing I somehow deleted while I was editing and writing it all was the Niknax restricted and prohibited goods. Now, I will say when everyone receives their approval letter, this is in their approval letter. So, when you start listing, you're agreeing to abide by these rules. But we now have one document. So I've since added it back into the guidelines. And I've clarified it just a little bit. So let me turn you around. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page with this. So Niknax restricted and prohibited goods. You received in your approval email for our sellers, perishable or expired goods. We don't want you selling perishable or expired goods. Mass-produced cosmetics or lotions. So, that means like makeup and stuff. It's just not really on brand with Niknax or Crazy Lamp Lady. So we haven't really explored that. In the future, maybe it's something we will incorporate into the Niknax marketplace. But for right now, it's not really something that we do. Misleading, reproduction, or counterfeit items. So under this, we kind of we've kind of like said this falls under Temu, but I've added this to clarify. Mass-produced low-quality bulk items from foreign sources, including but not limited to Temu, Amazon, AliExpress, and Shein. So these are not permitted on the marketplace. And I've talked before in previous coffee chats, it's okay if you slip through, because we can't know everything. It's not possible to know everything, but as a seller, if we are able to identify that you are selling like lots and lots and lots of these items, and we're under suspicion that you are purchasing lots of items from these places and selling them off under the guise that they are vintage, then we're going to take an issue with that. It's like guilty by omission. I think you're not saying they're not vintage, but you're not saying they are vintage, Okay. So wholesale custom products from foreign sources. This is becoming a thing on Niknax, and I kind of wanted to touch on this today. I was talking to Christina. I'm like, I don't want our anniversary coffee chat to be all doom and gloom, but this is very, very important to me, and I'm very passionate about this. And so I just want to be very clear about the wholesale custom products from foreign countries. The Crazy Lamp Lady brand, what I've built over the past few years, and as it's grown into Niknax and everything, is built entirely on sourcing secondhand goods from flea markets, antique malls, auctions, all sorts of places. Whether those secondhand goods are vintage, contemporary, there's a mix, but it's based on sourcing generally secondhand goods. And so when I see wholesale goods being introduced into the marketplace, it just doesn't set right with me. And I think of places like Etsy, where, they've kind of overtaken, and I feel like the sellers who put in the hard work are kind of getting drowned out. The sellers who put in the hard work to curate and source and go through, the process of acquiring, their inventory. I feel like they're kind of like getting pushed out of, Etsy, because they're getting drowned out. The same goes, I've heard the same about Whatnot, is that it's kind of like flooding Whatnot at this time. And so I just, we're still young. We're celebrating our 1-year anniversary. And I just want to kind of, as these issues arise, as you know, these things pop up, I just want to make sure that we're setting guidelines and boundaries and saying, okay, well, you know, we're seeing this, but we kind of want to kind of veer in this direction away from that. Now, I will say, you know, we do have some amazing sellers who have, you know, been selling some of that stuff. And we are, we have let them know that, you know, this is, you know, the direction we want to go in. We don't really want to do this anymore. And they've been very understanding of that. And we are allowing them to, you know, sell off their inventory. And I know they appreciate your support in that. And, you know, but that's not a direction we're going to continue to go in. I do have some ideas for that, but on Niknax as a brand, I don't think we're going to continue that. So that's been on my mind a lot lately. And I think, and the reason for that is, you know, it's the brand I've built and what Crazy Lamp Lady and Niknax kind of means to me. So, yeah. And then obviously, you know, we've always talked about no offensive or polarizing items. I mean, that's kind of a given. So anyway, that was the doom and gloom of the day. So let's see. I think the rest of the discussion is going to be uplifting. But yeah, so I don't want anyone going into anyone's sales and being like, you can't sell that, because that's not true. That's not true. We are, and we are, okay, wait, let me go back into the guidelines. And if you saw when I was showing the guidelines, there are asterisks by the things. Look. Here, there are asterisks. So it says written approval may be granted on rare occasions for perishable goods, mass-produced cosmetics and lotions, as well as wholesale items. So this means don't be going into anybody's sales and calling them out, okay? Because they may have permission, all right? I don't want anybody being mean to anybody. I don't want anybody being unkind. I'm very aware of what's happening on the marketplace, and you know, I'm very fair. I like to think I'm pretty fair with everybody, and yeah. So there you go. Okay, so let me go back to my notes. Yeah, okay. Christina says selling items that supports the vision of Niknax. There you go. That we're not doing wholesale, and that we have made allowances. So there is that. When reporting something to district, please include the device you are using. That is true. That does help them to diagnose what the issues are. That is very important. You know, if you're on an Android and you're having issues, that's very different from being on an iPhone and having a glitch, because then they're able to narrow it down to the Android version of something, the Apple version of something, or possibly, you know, a computer version of something. So if you are having any issues and you need to report them to support@district.net, make sure that you do that. Let's see. Kudos. Kudos and reminders. So now we're getting into the kudos and reminders. Seller Rose Cove for displaying her Italian items so beautifully with such a fun background. Yes. Yeah, I was in that sale. It was very nice. It was very nice. So kudos to Rose Cove for such a beautiful display. Unique Gal had such an awesome sign in her light box that helps direct future members to Niknax.net. Awesome. Yes, absolutely. I feel like Sam needs some kudos there for her Italian lesson. I thought that was pretty awesome. She was pretty on point with that. Although some of the things she was saying, I mean, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right. Reminder in your listings, please add measurements and conditions in your description. I think that's important. I think it's important to include both measurements and descriptions. Yeah, blame Dano for the inappropriate. Dano. Just kidding. Oh, everybody loves Dano. He can get away with it. He can get away with it. All right, let's see. Fun knickknacks and mainly made stuff coming up. All right, so we have obviously Black Friday celebration. Oh, and more than one picture. Yes. Yes. That's very important. I was a good boy. Bandit makes a very good point. If you're listing buy it now listings, make sure that you are including more than one picture. I mean, even if you're preloading a sale, make sure you're including more than one sale. I mean, more than one picture. I mean, it's hard for somebody to make a decision to pre-bid if they're only seeing one picture. So yeah, I've put over 10. I mean, different angles. Make sure you're getting a photo at the bottom, a photo inside. You know, all angles are very, very important. So make sure that you're being very thorough on your listings. You know, different. You know, there's so many things that go into a successful listing, and you know, making sales. You know, that includes being consistent, including all the details in your listings. Nice photos. I mean, there's a lot to it. Multiple photos. I'm sorry, I'm reading your comments. I do. All right. Let's see. So Black Friday is coming up. Black Friday, like I said, no marketplace fees, but you will have to pay the processing fees, and that is all Black Friday, Pacific time. So it's gonna be a really fun day. It's gonna be awesome. All right, let's see. Also, we have the Meet Your Maker event on November 29th. It's going to be Meet Your Maker. And we are going to be hopping back and forth with our handmade makers. It's going to be an amazing event. We always enjoy having our artists featured here on Niknax, and that is the fifth Friday of every month. Fifth Friday. Fourth Friday? Fifth Friday? Anyway, it's the 29th. It's the same day as Black Friday. I thought it was fourth Friday because I'm like, that's what I thought. Because yeah, that's what I thought. Because I'm like, well, some months don't have a fifth Friday. And I'm like, that doesn't sound right. I think it's fourth Friday. It's the same day as Black Friday, right? Is Christina still here? Ooh, shoot. I gotta send a text real quick. Give me 1 second. I'm supposed to meet a contractor at 11:30, and obviously I'm not going to. About that. All right, so I guess we gotta. This month it is. I mean, let's figure. I feel like it would be a better. I mean, it's up to you guys, but I feel like it would probably be better to have it on November 29th, just because you're kind of not getting buried. But that's I'll let you kind of weigh in as the artists of the community. It's already scheduled. Christina says it's already scheduled. There's no weighing in. Okay, so we're going to say November 29th is our Meet the Maker event. All right, it's scheduled on the 29th. Meet Your Maker is happening this month on the 29th. Let's do it. All right, it's done. All right, November 29th is Meet Your Maker. We're switching it up, and I think it actually works. I think it actually works for the 29th. Because that way it's not so chaotic on the marketplace that you guys are kind of getting drowned out, you know? Let's see. And it's also the handmade market. So that means the entire marketplace is going to switch over to handmade, all handmade. As always, check the Niknax Gazette and the event calendar. Let me show you. She says, show where those are located. You got it. I will show. Hang on. Okay, here we go. So the Niknax Gazette. So if you scroll to the bottom, a lot of the live selling and train stuff is down here towards the bottom. So you have the Niknax Train Gazette for information. Christina doesn't post in here very often, so it's a good idea to turn on notifications for this. And then also, what was the other one that you wanted me to show? Niknax, Gazette, and the calendar. Niknax calendar of events. It's very simple. It's just right there. So here is the calendar of events. Oh, I got to hide October. We don't need October anymore. Hide sheet. Okay, now we're in November. All right, so Niknax is turning 1. This is where we are today. We also have the Groovy Train happening tonight. It's not on there, but Groovy Train is tonight. That's going to be fun. I think Dano's kicking it off. Aren't you, Dano? Dano's kicking that off tonight. I'm excited. We've got Wednesday. Good Morning Niknax is in the morning, then the Jewelry Train. Thanksgiving is on Thursday. Charlene, are you in here? Are you still doing Thanksgiving? I know you had said you might do that. I wasn't sure if you decided to or not. And then, wait. Yeah, and then Handmade Market. Oh, the 29th is Handmade Market. I'm so confused. Yeah. Okay, I got it. So yeah, you're right. It is. Yeah, it is Black Friday. I thought it was 2 different days. Listen, I'm all confused. So it is Black Friday. The Handmade Market is Black Friday. Do you guys want it? All right, it's already scheduled. All right, we're going to do it. We're doing it. Black Friday, Handmade Market. And busy day. And you'll be popping back and forth too. I mean, it'll be between Mainly Made and Niknax. So wonder if anyone's doing midnight Black Friday sale. Ooh, make sure you're on Pacific time though. What time is midnight Pacific? That's like in the middle of the night. I don't know about that. Oh yeah. Like, isn't that like 3 a.m.? That's ambitious. And then this weekend is jewelry. Drop it like it's hot. Who's doing that one? Nena and Mel's. Yeah, 3 a.m. Sam's feeling ambitious. He's going to be live at 3 a.m. on Black Friday. So everybody set your calendars. I actually believe that. I believe that. I don't know if we've ever had, I was going to say, I don't know if we've ever had anyone live at 3 a.m., but I don't think that's true. I think we have. Show of hands, anyone who's been live at 3 a.m. Eastern? Christina. Oh, yeah, that's right, because for you it is midnight. That's right. Yeah, that's nothing for you West Coast people living in the past. 7:30 a.m. Eastern. Yeah, and your vase could be. That's true. All right, so let me check my notes. Let me get back. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for notes. So does anyone have any questions? Does anyone have any questions? Oh, for December, we're not doing any sponsored events. So I think that's important to note. December is not going to be any sponsored events. Talk about dollar. Yeah, we did. We talked about a little bit about dollar starts earlier on. Oh, that's a very good point. I did want to talk about that today. Let's talk about buyer's remorse and our buyer policy. Here, let me pull up our guidelines again. Everybody loves looking at guidelines. Aren't they so fun? Let me pull up our guidelines. Guidelines. All right. We also have buyer policies. So let's look at these buyer policies. So cancellation policies. A bid is a contract between a buyer and a seller. It's an expectation that buyers bid responsibly and keep the phone away from children and pets, also children's. If a bid is made by mistake, issuing a cancellation or refund is left to the discretion of the seller, but not a requirement. If a bid is placed by mistake, it is the responsibility of the buyer to contact support@district.net to cancel before the item is shipped by the seller. Once an item is shipped, it cannot be canceled. An excessive number of cancellations initiated by a buyer will result in a suspension from Niknax. So that is our policy for our marketplace. That falls under buyer's remorse. That falls under buyer's remorse because that would include excessive cancellations. And so district policy does not cover. So there's buyer and seller protection under district, and that's not covered. Surprisingly, buyer's remorse is not covered under buyer protection. So, so if you are to receive cancellation requests and you have already shipped the item, you are not required to do any refunds or any of that. I mean, technically you're not required. Once the bid is placed, the auction is over, you are not required to cancel. You are not required to refund. It's over. And that's our policy. So if you are contacted by a buyer after the fact to cancel for a reason that you don't feel is valid, I would suggest you reach out to support@district.net. Have them reach out to support@district.net and work through with district. You are very welcome. Tell me what, oh, I see what's going on here. Okay. Today is our 1-year anniversary, and to celebrate, we are doing $1 starts throughout the day. So a lot of our sellers are going to be having live sales with $1 starts. And also all over the marketplace, our buy it now sellers are having lots of deals with discounted and clearance items. Is that good? You're very welcome. Sorry, that was the reel for yeah. That was the reel. Yeah. I'm like, why? I've already talked about this. Why are you guys asking me to do it? And then it clicked. I'm like, oh no, I get it now. You could have just said, like, Jocelyn, do the thing. Just do the thing. If an item arrives broken, please contact support. Yes. How do we do a sale on buy it now today? Okay, so here's the thing. If you have a buy it now and you want to show that it is on sale, you go into the item and you reduce the price, and then it shows as discounted. I'm wondering, what I'm going to do right now is, how about this? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create another chat channel everybody loves. Let's do anniversary discounts and deals. Buy it now. This is for our buy it now sellers. Buy it now, discounts and deals. All right, so only our everyone can view it, and members can send messages. Okay, let's create it. There we go. All right, I'm going to create it right now. And I'm going to move it up from the bottom. It always shows at the bottom. So let me just rearrange it. We'll put it somewhere towards the top, I feel like. We'll put it at the very top. How's that? Mary's cringing inside. She hates when I rearrange them. All right, let me see. Where's 1 year anniversary? And 1 year anniversary is going towards the top too. There we go. All right, so 1 year, she's gonna pass out. So 1 year anniversary discounts and deals is now at the top. So if you are a buy it now seller and you are discounting your items, you are offering deals for our 1 year anniversary, I would encourage you to post them here in this chat channel. There you go. So, and then of course, our members, our buyers here on the marketplace can scroll through there, check out some of the items, the deals that our sellers are offering. And, yeah. Alrighty. Does that sound good? Do you guys have any more questions? As always, we do have the FAQ in the chat channels for you guys to utilize. Any technical questions you can direct to support@district.net. But if there is anything else, I can. That is actually a feature that is being worked on. I think it was being beta tested. And I can actually ask them about that during my meeting today. Where do we print packing slips? That is a very good question. I don't do the packing slips, but I'm sure that someone here who does ship can answer that question. Store-wide discounts. All right, that is on here. You figured it out last night. Okay, cool. During a raid, people in the train are being routed. Yes, I brought that up last night. She said she's going to get I texted Sienna last night about both Christina having to raid for multiple people. This has happened in the last few Niknax sponsored trains. I don't know if that's been happening in seller sponsored trains, but we have noticed it. I am aware. And then also, of course, people getting sent to the wrong sales as well. I did text Sienna about it last night, and she said that she's going to get an update from the team. So I imagine I will probably get an update during our meeting today, but I'm going to write it down just in case. But they are aware, they are working on it, and so I will ask for an update to see what's going on with that, because I agree with you, Nana. I do agree. Yeah, that's one thing that I've noticed too. Let me add that. Especially now that it's condensed, it's hard to tell when you've been rated. I've noticed that too. It's kind of like you don't know unless somebody says raid, and then you're like, oh, okay, thank you, because all you see is the little top drop down, and you don't know. The magic listing tool. Yeah, I love the magic listing tool. It's amazing, right? I've been using that constantly. Sales and yeah, that's perfectly fine. That's okay. Go for it. Oh, that makes me happy. Thank you, Sandy. All right. So is that everything for today? Are we feeling good? Even if they were ready. Yes. That is also on the list. That is being worked on, Mel's. We do have an Android app. It is used for going live. There it is. See, the way it works in technology is there's always a list of priorities, especially within a smaller company. And there's a list, and occasionally something pops up and it gets bumped in the list. And it knocks the other things down. So a lot of the things are they may seem really, really important, but there's always a list. And some of the things aren't at the top of the list, unfortunately. but I think I do know that the store-wide discounts are being worked on. The raid glitch is definitely one of the things at the top of the list. I'm going to bring up the raid announcement. The stop the scrolling. I've brought that up multiple times. Yeah, I don't think it's at the top of the list. I know that some technical things are definitely there. And there's one thing at the top of the list that I am so stoked about. And you guys are just it's coming. It's coming. You guys are going to be like, what? And any week now. What? I can't tell you. You're just going to wake up one morning and you're going to be like, what? You're just going to be blown. You're going to be blown away. Secrets. I do have those. All right. I had to go meet a contractor. Whispered to us. I have to go meet a contractor at the Airbnb. And then I have to meet with district after that. Remember, you have the FAQ chat channels to utilize. And as always, if you ever want to reach out to me about anything, even if you're upset and you're like, you want to vent, you can always reach out to me. I will talk to you. We can talk about things. We can work through things. It's cool. I would rather you come to me and we can talk things through, than you guys, go to other people and like, oh my God, I can't believe that. But yeah, absolutely. You guys are always more than welcome to reach out to me, about anything, even if you want to be like, hey, I love this, that. I mean, I love hearing the compliments. But if you ever have an issue, if you ever have a problem, please reach out to me. Also, I really appreciate, we had a little bit of a weird thing yesterday, and I really appreciate all of you that reached out to me and the team about some of the stuff that was going on. I'm hoping like it wasn't a huge issue, but I even said to Christina, I'm like, this might not be like a big issue, but I really love that it shows that, the community trusts that, we are going to, like take care of things, and protect the community. And that just, it makes me happy, so if you had messaged us yesterday about anything, please know that it is being handled. And I have reached out to parties involved, and hopefully we can get that fixed. So anyway, I'm going to hop off of here, and I guess I will see all of you a little bit later. 2:30 for my $1 starts. The girls are busy preloading all around me. And enjoy your day. Happy anniversary to everybody. Thank you for making this an amazing community. And looks like we're going to raid over into In Your Vase, all the way over in Sweden. She always has the most amazing stuff because she's right at the source, right in Sweden. So let's go check this out. Let's head over to Sweden. And if you're over on Facebook and YouTube and you want to go shopping in Sweden, this site's better. Come on over to Niknax.net, because this train is leaving the station and we're going over to Sweden. So Niknax.net. Let's go spend our anniversary in Sweden. Here we go. Oh wait, she's not live. Did you say I was supposed to raid her? Is that what Mary was saying? She's saying In Your Vase. She's not live, is she? You're saying In Your Vase. Did you say I'm supposed to raid her? Oh, not yet. Oh, she's not live yet. Oh, okay. All right. She's late. I know, and I have to go meet a contractor. Just kidding. We're not going to Sweden. I don't know what Christina's doing, if she wants to like pop on and be a she's on Sweden time, It's all good. She's just, on Sweden time. But yes, no, she has, I know there's 2 ladybugs live right now. No, she's got really amazing stuff. So it's definitely worth the wait. We'll give her a few minutes. We'll give her a couple. I've got 2 more minutes. So does anyone have any more questions? I can answer questions for 2 more minutes. I told them that my meeting didn't end until 11:40. So technically we've got 2 more minutes. I was just trying to be like, oh, I'm going to be early, Andrew, we're not talking about that, okay? That's like a private conversation. I did not. So I looked it up, and there is no base to it. Like all the listings I saw, there was no base. Was it not amazing fun? I was so stoked. And I only knew about that because Eric told me to look for that. I remember him telling me that. He's like, keep this a secret. And I'm like, okay. Meanwhile, I'm like, look what I found. Eric taught me this. Like, does it still count if he told me like 5 years ago? Do I still need to keep it a secret? There is there is a base. Man, is it glass? Is it a glass base? Because all of the ones I found online were all just the globe. it was just the glow. Like because I looked online, I'm like, I need to know if there's a base because I'm gonna scour this Goodwill looking for. It was pretty exciting. It's all good. I finally had to when I got my nails done yesterday, I'm like, can you just chop them off? Just chop them down. Make them like short. I'm like, I can't do it. So she literally like, I'm like, shorter. She's like, okay. I'm like, that's no, shorter. And so she got them real short for me. I was like, yes, I can't do it. I can't do the long ones. I like the short ones better. I couldn't type. I couldn't do things. And now I feel good. I'm feeling good about it. Can you make a buy an admin a coffee button? Oh, I don't know. That's not a bad idea. Buy an admin a coffee. Buy an admin a coffee. I like that idea. I mean, I don't want you to like buy the owner a coffee, but buy an admin, I do like that. Show some support to our admins. But hey, if you ever want to support our admins, one thing you can do is you can always go to their store and support them that way. I like coffee buttons. Pick me, Katie. Can we get a shopping cart? So, I think you can put stuff in your shopping cart. Because I bought from Music City Girl, and I bought like a few different. I have quite a few boxes right next to me. Andrew went to the PO box yesterday, but I bought quite a few things from Music City Girl, and I was adding them to my cart. Then I had like a little shopping cart, and then I paid for them all. So I think in some instances you can do that. Yeah, you are very welcome. You are very welcome. I loved your greeting cards. I thought they would make for a great Christmas card. So if you guys haven't checked out Music City Girl over on Mainly Made, she has some really, really awesome holiday cards. Oh, so all right, let's see if is in your vase live. Oh, she's still not live. Do you think she knows that she's supposed to go live today? Maybe she doesn't know. What if she doesn't know? I think maybe she doesn't know. How about this? How about if you guys see her pop on, you go and show her some support. I'm already running 12 minutes late though. Like she was supposed 12 minutes ago. So she might not know. She might not be coming on. Oh, she's scheduled. Oh, so she does know. Oh. Well then now I'm gonna feel bad. I know, because as a chronically late person, I feel bad about that because I would be running behind and I'd feel really bad about it. And then I know, I get that. I know, I hope she's okay too. How about I'll send you guys over. That's a great idea. I'll send you over. You guys can wait over there. Oh, it doesn't let me anymore. Yeah, I can't. It just says, I'm just not an option. Oh, by the way, the refresh stream is under the X. It's not under the 3 dots. I see the refresh stream. So what I did was, just so you guys know, it's not under the 3 dots. I clicked the X to raid, just for future reference. I clicked the X to raid, and then in here it says refresh stream. So it's not actually over there. Yeah, how about that? Yeah, Dano, if you're ready and you want to hop on, I'll read into you. And then if you guys see in your vase pop on, please go over and show her some support. I know she's probably running late. 2 minutes. All right, cool. You got it. All right, so we'll run over. We'll hop on over to Dano. And yeah, if you guys see in your vase pop on, go and show her some love. I bought several things from her. I bought this from her. I got it sitting up on my little thing there. Look at this. I loved this bird because it had the cutest little beak. I just love it's got a little beak. Isn't it cute? What else did I get from her? I've got a little bird hanging over there. Oh, I got an owl. I have an owl up in the window I got from her. I'm trying to think what else. I've got stuff at my house I bought from her. I just love seeing all this stuff that she comes across. It's absolutely amazing. I've always been like, I wouldn't mind sourcing over in Sweden. It's pretty fantastic. Pretty awesome. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. She might not have known she was getting read in, but I do hope she's okay. I don't think it's like her to be late. So that to me, I hope that she's okay. I don't think there is. I was actually just thinking that the other day, Unique Girl. I was like, it would be really cool. I would love to be able to come, and that's the other thing. If I go into, like, when I start this sale, I would love, as far as adding pieces into my buy it now, I would love to just be able to add all of these things into my buy it now based on category, like just like search by category and just be like, dump all the category items in there. I think that would be really cool. Oh yeah. I worry I'm going to do that. I could totally see that happen because that's one of my fears is that I would do that. I could tell. So we started coding them. People are like, what is that? I'm like, it's just a code. It's a code we're using now. So I'm coding things by sale to keep them straight. Like, okay, this is, yeah, I just started coding in the title. It's throwing some people off. They're like, what does that mean? I'm like, oh, that's just our code. A SKU would be nice. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it would be very nice. Yep, she's live. Oh, she's live now. Oh man, Dano's gonna be on, and he's gonna be waiting for us. So now I'm like a little bit torn. I feel like Dano's going early because he's expecting us. I don't know. I feel like we're gonna raid Dano. I think I don't know if I can split you. I've tried doing that before and it hasn't worked. I tried that once and it just ended. And I felt really bad. How about this? How about you guys right now, in this moment, you guys either go, you can pick and choose. And then when the time comes, I'm going to just head over to Dano. How about that? If you guys leave me right now, I won't be mad at you. But I hope to see you at 2:30 for my dollar starts. I've got some really cool stuff in there. It's not all just like my schlock. I have art glass, I have porcelain, I have some royal ducks. I don't know what it's called. Her username is in your vase. In your vase. Oh, she's not ready. Oh, she's not ready. Well, then we're gonna head over to Dano. Is Dano live? He said 2 minutes. Oh, there he goes. Oh, I think he went live on the wrong sale. It's okay. It's all right. We're gonna go we're gonna raid into Dano. All right, here we go. Ready? Let's go see Dano. Oh wait, he's not there. Hang on. Let me refresh. He might have ended that one because I think he went live on the wrong. Oh no, he is there. What is happening? Okay, there he is. Now he is. Now he's there. All right. Let's go. Ready?